Hello, this is the SolidWorks tutorial, and today we are going to make chapter 6 exercise 2. So this is the dimensions and the parts, and we are going to use SolidWorks to make this part. So first of all, let's open SolidWorks, and I'm going to create a new part and make sure the units is right here, so it's a millimeter. And first I'm going to go ahead to create a sketch, which is this part. So I'm going to go to sketch and make a sketch. I'm going to make it a front plane. And first of all, I'm going to draw the circle like that and have a small one inside. And now I'm going to make this part. Okay, I'm going to make this part. Okay, so this part. And in order to do so, I am going to use this function. Okay, this function here. So it says, seems like the last one is the one that we're looking for. So I select the last one and make the center at the center. And so the last one here is actually what we're looking for, so we're in the right shape. So I'm going to give a 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I give the first point at the center, then the second point here, and third point here, and the last point as the radius. Then I say yes. Then I probably need to give a center line here. Okay, I give a center line from here and to the above. Okay, make sure it's straight. Okay, make it straight. Then I'm going to give an angle. Okay, which is this angle, so it's 80 degrees, so half of that is 40 degrees. Okay, so in order to dimension the angle, I will need to do another center line that is from the center and go through this point. Okay, this point. And now I'm going to dimension that as 40 degrees. So from here to here, and say 40 degrees. Okay. And now I'm trying to make this line that is on the part, right now it is on the center line. So right now it looks on there, not quite sure, and we'll see until it's fully defined. Now I'm going to dimension this distance, so it's 10. Okay, so it's 10, so I'm going to put a 10 there. And also the radius here is 50. Okay, the center radius here is 50. Okay, so I'm going to put a radius here. Say it's 50. And the distance, which is here, it says 10. So I could say the radius there is 5. So now this part, they're all black, it's fully defined. Now I'm going to dimension the 2 small circles. So the larger one says it's 22, the smaller one is 8. So larger one, I say it's 22 as the diameter, and the smaller one, I say it's 8. And now I'm going to draw the outer circle. Okay, also the 2 small circles here, as you can see, they have the same center, concentric. Okay, so I'm going to draw that. So first of all, I'm going to start a bigger one from the center and make it a random shape. And then I'm going to make another 2 small ones, so they're concentric. And also it's tangent with the bigger one. So I'm going to make it a tangent until the tangent sign shows up. Okay, so tangent sign shows up, so I drop it down here. Then I'm going to make another one until the tangent sign shows up. as you can see. Okay, so the tangent sign is showing up. Then I'm good for that as well. And now I'm going to make another 2 small circles for this and that part. Okay, so that's 2 parts. Okay, so the center of those 2 circles about this spot and this spot. Okay, so I'm going to draw another 2 circles that is tangent to this circle. Okay, tangent here. So I am going to make a circle that is tangent to that. So approximately the center is probably here. So I'm making a tangent to this circle. As you can see, the tangent relation is showing up. So I drop it down here and make another circle. So about here. Then I make the tangent. So it's about here. So until the tangent sign is showing up, as you can see. And now I'm going to draw the bottom part. Okay, so before that I could give a dimensions. So as you can see, the dimension is 50 as the radius. Okay, 50 as the radius, and the smaller one, the radius is 10. Okay, so the radius here is 10. Okay, so 10 and 50. So I'm going to go ahead and give that to them. So this one is 10, so diameter is going to be 20 because radius is 10. So diameter here is automatically fixed because I have a circle there, so I'm good. And the outer one, the radius is 50, so I'm going to do 50 there. So diameter is 100 exactly, so I put 100 there. And same one for this, diameter is going to be 100. Okay, 100, I put it here. And then after that, I'm going to draw this part, the straight line. Okay, so as you can see, the straight line is tangent to this part as well. Okay, so tangent to this circle as well. So I'm going to make a straight line. So I go straight line here, and I start at any point. Then I'm going to manually add the tangent relationship later. So I am going to make a tangent line here, and one line, make sure the vertical relationship is showing up. Then go across here, and make a tangent line. So I am going to add a tangent relationship manually later. So I just drop it here. Now I'm going to add the tangent relation. Okay, so add a relation here, add a relation, say those 2, and make them to be tangent, and the tangent here. Say okay, and I do the other one. So make those 2 tangent as well. Add a relation, this and that, make them to be tangent, and say okay. And next thing, I'm going to give dimensions. So as you can see, I would need a dimension here as 25, and overall is 50. Okay, so I'm going to extend the center lines a little bit. Okay, so it's a blue point. I'm going to drag it down here. Okay, now I'm going to dimension. So I will say from here to the center is 25. Okay, it's 25. By doing that, so the circle is fixed. Okay, it's fixed. Then I'm going to say this length is 50. Okay, so it's fixed. And as you can see, I'm missing a vertical relation here. Okay, so I'm going to add a relation there. So click this point, this line, then add a relation, make this vertical, and say OK. And now I would need draw another line, which is this part, also the total length. So it's 42 and 10. Okay, so I am going to draw a line here. Make sure it's horizontal. is 42 and 10. So dimension that from here to the bottom. So say it's 42, and from bottom to there it's 10. So actually it's moved, so I could go out of smart dimension and drag this line up. Okay, so drag this line up and dimension it again. So from here to here, say it's 10. Okay, so everything is black. Okay, so now I am going to trim off the extra parts. Okay, so if by taking a look, so I go trim in this and always select the bottom one and say now I'm going to trim off. So I don't need this part, and I don't need this part, I don't need this part, I don't need this part, and I don't need this part either, and I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this one either. I trim off this too. Whoops, made a mistake, so go back. So I don't need this. Whoops, so I'm going to trim it one more time. So trim off, I don't need this part. What else? I don't need this part. Trim off this, trim off this, and that. Also I trim off this, trim off this, and also the bottom part. So that is my part, and after I trim off, as you can see, it turns to blue. So let's find out why they are blue. So first of all, so right now I can tell because I'm missing some relations, because they are supposed to be tangent. Okay, so I am going to add tangent relations. So add a relation, this and that are supposed to be tangent, and also this too as well. So I am adding another relation from here to there. I say it's tangent and say okay, and I do the same thing for this tool. So add a relation from this and that. I do tangent and say okay, and also this too, they're supposed to be tangent as well. Okay, all this, they're supposed to be tangent as well. So I add the relations from here to there. Oh, actually it has tangent there already. So I'm going to exit that and find out why they're all still blue. So what I could do is I click the circle and drag it around, see how I can move that. Okay, so I can move it in this way, means I'm losing diameter of the outer circle. Okay, so diameter of the outer circle probably missing. So let's take a look. So it says 60 as the radius. Okay, so it says 60 as the radius. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add that. So give a dimension. This one says it's 60. Now everything is black. Okay, everything is black. It's fully defined. And let me move the dimensions a little bit better so you can see them. Okay, so you can see them well. Put that out and put that out as well, maybe. And this is the part. It's fully defined. Okay, now I'm going to save the work. Okay, I'm going to save the work to wherever. Let me find a spot. So go to SolidWorks and just C6 E tool. Okay, C6 E tool. Then leave it there. And now after the sketch, I'm going to extrude. Okay, I'm going to extrude the part. So first of all, I'm going to extrude the base. Okay, the base. So as you can see, the thickness is going to be 10. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So I extrude the base. So I go to features. Okay, features. Then I do extrusion, extruded. So I select the base part, and I say it's 10. So it's exactly 10. So it's good shape. So I do OK. And then I am going to extrude the bottom, the base, the bottom part. So as you can see, the distance. So it's let's see, the distance at of the overall, it's a 10 plus 15. Okay, 10 plus 15. Okay, so it's 25. And I am going back here. So before doing that, select the sketch 1 first. Otherwise, SolidWorks will ask you a question. Okay, so select the sketch 1 first, and do extruded, and say the distance 25. Okay, and if I do that, I haven't selected the bottom part yet, so I'm going to select the bottom part. Then I say OK. And now I am going to extrude the center part, which is this part. Okay, so if I take a look at the drawing, it's 9 plus 10. Okay, 9 plus 10 is 19. And I'm going to extrude that. So before doing that, select the sketch 1 first. Okay, and do extrude. Then I'm going to select the circle. Okay, select the circle. So don't select the inner one, only select the outer one. And do the distance as 19. Okay, and say OK. Say OK. Now it's in a good shape. And at the end, I would need to put 2 holes. Okay, so as you can see, here are 2 holes there. Okay, and remember what we said, when we do holes, we always do hole wizard. Okay, so diameters there is actually 5 as a diameter, and distance 38 and 6. Okay, so let's make that part, and also the 6 distance here. So 6 to each edge, and 38, and the diameter is 5. So let's make that. So I'm going to go to hole wizard, okay, and select the first one, hole wizard, and always select the third one because we're making simple holes. Okay, third one. Then I go to ANSI metric because we're in a millimeter, and the diameter of the hole says 5. Okay, so go 5 here, and we do have 5 options. So select 5 and keep others not changed, and then I'm going to position tabs. Okay, the position tab. Okay, so ask me select the surface first. Okay, so don't select the 3D sketch. Click the surface. So I want to place a hole on this surface. So select this surface. Then I'm going to put a hole 1, 2 here. And the step after that is going to be dimensioning. So I'm going to dimension the hole. Okay, so I go to smart dimension, and remember what we just said, from the center to the edge it's 6. Okay, so I put a 6 there, and also from the center to the edge it's 6 again, so I put a 6 there. And from center to center it's 38. Okay, from center to center it is 38, so I put a 38 there. And also those 2 holes, they're supposed to be horizontal. Okay, so I'm going to add relation. So click this, click that, and say they're horizontal. Okay, and say OK. With that, I think the 2 holes, they're all black. So as you can see, they're all black. So they're fully defined. Okay, so I say OK to the whole. Okay, so I could double check by expanding that. As you can see, no minus sign. Okay, also, so no minus sign here, so the whole looks good as well. Then I think I'm done for the part. Then at the end, I'm going to put it on the full screen, so zoom to fit. Okay, so this is a good view, I think. Or if you don't like that, you could do a slightly adjustment and zoom to fit. Then save the work. Then you are all set for this part. And I'll see you in the next problem. Thanks for watching. Bye.